So today we are going to Sharkarosa Wildlife Ranch, as you can see. But this place isn't Pilot Point, Texas. It is a very drivable place from Dallas and some other local, cities away. So it's a great place. It's kind of like a local zoo, but except it's a wildlife ranch. So here we're going inside. They have a parking, and it's like in a narrow drive. There's lots of trees. And if you come in fall, you can also see some fall things. So here we're going to enter the ranch. So here at the beginning of the place, they had to take your temperature because it was COVID. They wouldn't want the animals to also get COVID. So at the beginning itself, they had animals. So like you can see some bobcats, skunks, macaws, and then some other animals like capybaras too. So they had lots of animals here just at the beginning. They even had this porcupine here. So they just showed off all the animals before you pay. So you can see these animals before you pay. After you pay, you'll see the better animals. Yeah. So here they have some macaws, a scarlet macaw and a blue gold macaw, an African crested porcupine. But these macaws were like so loud. They're like the loudest birds I've ever heard. Like, you know Sunny, our pet bird, he screams loudly, but these scream like so harshly that we could even hear them while we were entering. That's how hard they scream. They also have some capybaras at the entrance. They're like in these big fences that are covered with like these black tarpi, something like that. But if you have a chance to see them, and they might come out, so it's your lucky day if you see one of them. So yeah, so now we're going to enter into the ranch. We're going to pay, and you go inside. You see it has some signs, striped skunk. That skunk, me and my friends are so happy because it's sleeping, so it wouldn't make that spray. So we're really happy. Now we're going inside, and we're going to feed some camels. So at first, when you enter, it's just like a big. There's like two ways. We went straight way, so we saw some bacterian camels here. As you can see, we can feed the camels. They give you a bag of animal food. So we saw some bacterian camels here, and we feeded them. They were so hungry, and they were like eating all the food. Reya got so scared. She's like, no, don't eat my hand. The bacterian camels, well, what? I'm not gonna eat your hand. I won't eat you. And then you're allowed to feed them, but they have some specific rules for feeding the animals. Like how you feed them. You should not put it in their mouth. You should not pinch it. You should put it in your hand like that. And then the camel even went under the fence to get food. It licked my leg. See, it has a sign that says please feed me, and it says how to do it. See, it says no, how you're not supposed to do that. And it says no again, then yes. They also had some horse there. They had a miniature horse, so you can also feed that. So now we're going to see lots of animals because it's a wildlife ranch, and this was mainly made to see exotic animals at a local place. So you can see the miniature horse there. They have signs that say please feed me, if you're allowed to feed those animals or not. If you're not allowed to feed them, they'll put a sign that you cannot feed these animals. We will bite, something like that. Well, let's see something related to that. But they won't literally say do not feed these animals, do not feed them, do not feed them. They won't say that. See, it says please feed me, like cows. Here they have lots of cows, in fact. Just like a regular ranch, but this is an exotic animal ranch. That's why they call it wildlife ranch. They still had some domestic animals like camels and cows, but if you're wondering what this place is, it's a picnic area. They also have some reptile shows here. Here you can see some donkeys and alpacas and sloth. Yeah, they had a sloth here in this place. It was in this big glass tank. Last year when we came, before Corona, we saw this alligator named Sobek. I bet you saw him at the beginning of the video. We had a show. They had a show with him. That was the first reptile show we saw there. It was really good. They taught us about Sobek's story. He was from this person who got arrested and that stuff. They had a story about him. That was a really interesting story. They even had this show that we'll show you later. And here they had a bunch of donkeys. They're like, I want food. Feed me food. They had an alpaca there. And then look at that cute baby alpaca. Everyone was like, aw, to the baby alpaca. It was so cute. Its hair, even though its hair was a little dirty, it was so cute. It was running around the place. It was so cute. See, there's a bunch of, 3 alpacas there. It's so cute. Very cute. If you saw Gainesville Zoo, you would have also seen, no, not Gainesville Zoo, Frankfurt Zoo, you would have also seen an animal just like that. Those cute pretty dogs that usually come and show us something. I don't know, they had some kangaroos. They said that kangaroos jump higher than a school bus. then wouldn't they escape the fence? Look, that's not higher than a school bus, right? But the thing is that they're lazy kangaroos, so it's good for them, or they'll have kangaroos on the loose. You don't want a kangaroo coming and kicking up your backyard, do you? So they said their kangaroos are lazy, or else they would have made a bigger fence. If you see the other side, these are red kangaroos, and they had some wallabies here. But on the other side, they had a really big fence because they had some gray kangaroos on the other side. So those gray kangaroos are very, aggressive. So they also have some shy deers. They have lots of monkeys, in fact. So you can see there's some monkeys. They have lots of toys for the monkeys. So those monkeys were kind of active. They're not like sleeping. They were like always active. They would always just run around. See that monkey's hiding. Like, oh, I'm so shy. That's one shy monkey. That monkey's like, I want food. And we're like, no, I'm not giving you food. He's like, oh, I want food. And then he's like, no, okay, I think there's food there. Now, we went like I guess we had like 4 friends come with us. The monkey ran to all 4 of them, and they had a raccoon named Rocket. That raccoon actually looked kind of good. And one of my friends said Rocket for a raccoon. That's actually kind of a cool name for a raccoon. I would like. And then this is Sobek, the alligator. When we first came here, they were allowed to hold Sobek, but now guess what? Sobek is too big, so they had an own exhibit for him. So in this show, they had a show of like how his history is, but now they put the history on the board over there. It says American alligator, and yeah, with this show just now they just put some meat for it. But Sobek the alligator, right? Even though they threw food for the alligator, even though it was just one piece of food, it was only 1 inch from its mouth, and guess what? It didn't want to nudge at all. It just stood there like, I don't want you to come feed me. He's like, I want you to feed me. I will not come and eat the food. I want you to feed me only. And then he wouldn't eat a single piece of food. He just ate like 2 pieces of food that were right next to his mouth. He's like, I don't care. And then everyone just left after a few minutes, but I just still stayed there to see what the alligator would do. He did nothing. He didn't go inside the pool. They threw so much food for it, but it didn't want to eat a single piece of food. But last year's show was really fun. They won't feed him. They would just like they would let people pet him. In fact, that was really fun. But this time they just fed it food. The alligator just looked around at everyone and said, "Hello, guys." And I was like, I won't eat the food. But he didn't eat the food at all. That was kind of boring. My friend got really mad at that since he didn't eat the food. But you can't get mad at an alligator. You can make an alligator get mad at you. So, yeah. I guess you could just see the alligator. But you can come for the show. It's your choice. I don't want to make you, force you. So they have like timing for what each show, when it is. Since we just saw the show was our time that we visited, we just went there. See, they're throwing so much food at alligator. Like, maybe I'll eat 1 piece of food, and you just okay. Let's eat 1 for the shows. And like, okay, time to rest again. See, even one of the pieces of food, when they threw it, it fell inside the water. See, look at that, right next to his mouth. He's not eating it. Can you believe that? They said the alligator is very lazy, and here we have a binturong. It's like this big weasel kind of animal, but it's gigantic. Actually, it's very big. It's like the biggest weasel you've seen in your life. Look how big that is. And then here they had this exhibit called the Bear's Den. They had a black bear. I bet you even saw it said Bear's Den on the what's it called? Yeah, on the board they had like this metal bear. They had a restaurant called the Bear Den. See, the restaurant was called the Bear's Den. They had some red-ruffed lemurs. If you see our Frank Bugs Zoo video, you would also see some red-ruffed lemurs. But here they had black and white red-ruffed. No, they had black and white ruffed lemurs, red-ruffed lemurs, and I think white ruffed. No, they had some kind of other ruffed lemur, but I don't remember what type of ruffed lemur it was. They had another type of ruffed lemur. In fact, they had lots of lemurs. They had ring-tailed lemurs also. We saw 2 shows when we went there. We saw the alligator show and the ring-tailed lemur show. And then here they had the black and white red-ruffed lemur. So here you can see that. They have mostly lemurs. So if you come after Corona, you might want to go on the tram because the tram is really fun. Here they had some white lions. They're not really that way, but they're called white lions. they're very rare, so we got to see white lions at a local zoo. If you also saw our ancient exotics video, you would have also seen some white lions there. They're like one, but in this one they had two of them. They even had this donation at their website that they're going to have another lion exhibit, so you can also donate for that at their website. We'll put that in the links below. And here they have the tram. If you go after Corona, you can go on a tram and see the animals. They had lots of animals on the tram. We'll post another video, and they also had this thrill ride. They had this like small ride, not really an animal ride. They just had a regular ride that goes really fast and that stuff. And here was a Reptile lemur show. Right here, you can see them showing the lemurs, and they're talking about them. This was like they told facts about the lemurs and that stuff. So if you're interested in animals, you can come and visit the lemur show, or else you can just visit all the animals. You can take the tram and you can do that stuff after Corona. So yeah, you can visit. I think it's better to visit after Corona so you can go into the petting zoo and that stuff. But yeah, it's still a good place no matter what time you go. If you go after Corona, I recommend you going after Corona because that tram was actually very good. We'll post a video about that too later on. So make sure you subscribe to our channel before we move on.
Smallest one, she can actually fit through some of the bars. So sometimes she'll go around and explore around Sharkarosa, and sometimes go and steal food from the porcupines.
Always 13 strips.
Black 13, white 13.
In the black 13.
And the tail like the ring.
Always 13. Is it always 13?
Incredibly skilled climbers, and they can start climbing 3 meters
See, is it always the 13 stripes?
Yes, always the 13 stripes.
Okay. Even the small one?
Yes.
Okay.
Right next to the lemur exhibit, they had a petting zoo, and guess what? Whenever someone exited or entered the petting zoo, the goats came out. And then no one literally came inside the petting zoo because they got so mad that the goats were there because the goats might have escaped. So they just stayed there. Even we were planning on going inside, but then my mom said you're not allowed to go inside because the goats were like over there, and then they wanted to get out. So if they escaped, we have to catch them. So we didn't want to take that risk, so we didn't go there. Look how much goats there are. They're like a bunch of goats. They even have a trampoline for goats. I don't even think the goats jumped on the trampoline. But let's see if the goats do. No, they're not. They have like a bunch of toys for the goats. And look, the capybaras. And then they have the red ring-tailed lemurs. Why do I get mixed up with ring-tailed lemurs and red? They do not look the same, and you can only find them in Madagascar. And then here they had a pot-bellied pig. If you go near they had a pot-bellied pig here. They even had this gigantic dog roaming around. And then here they had an emu. This emu was really happy. We just threw some food inside because my friend said emus are very dangerous, so I don't want the emu to peck me. So we just threw some food inside that bowl, and he ate all of it. He was like, "I want food. I want extra food." He was like, give me food, give me food, give me food, give me food. And then the emu was so hungry. And they had some alpacas here. Hello, alpaca, alpaca, alpaca. See, we fed the alpacas. We fed almost all the animals here. And then they had a small camel also. The camel was very hungry. And then they had a pink pot-bellied pig. And then they also had this pony ride. You had to pay some money for that. And then you can go to the pony ride. And my sister went on the pony ride because they were really small ponies. I don't want to go on a pony ride. I want to go on a horse ride. If you also saw the Brook and Bow horse ride, that's a good one. But yeah, this is a small pony ride. So it's for like small ponies. Not really the big ones. Like draft horses. You can see draft horses on the tram. Those horses are really, really big. So if you go on the tram, you might see a draft horse if it's your lucky day. Yeah, draft horses usually come to the car. Well, you can also have field trips and that stuff. So I bet you'll see you in the next video. Bye. We have lots of zoos waiting for you. And bye. See you in the next video.